All right, guys, welcome to episode 7 of the podcast. This episode of the podcast is a very special one, especially for me, because I got to do it with one of my best friends in the whole world. We've been friends for right about 20 years now, so obviously it was good to have him on the podcast. So he's a Fortnite streamer. He also posts a lot on Instagram. You can find him on Instagram at misosoup.fn. And I figured I would just read you just a couple of his accolades before we get into the episode. So, he was the first man in the U.S. to milk an alligator. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty intense. He also once raced an ostrich backwards and won. He is the only person to fight off a horde of ducks with a pool noodle. And last but not least, he was the first person to eat soup with both hands and both feet at the exact same time. So, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about this episode, I don't know what will. So, sit back and enjoy.
We're live. After our 35-minute prep time. It was your fault. So, I know you wanted to talk about your Instagram on here.
I did. If you guys like Fortnite.
So, I'll have it pulled up here.
Majority of you don't, but...
So your name is misosoup.fn, no spaces.
Yeah, and I just started streaming on Mixer. That is miso-soup, and that's it. So
no .fn on Mixer?
No, it's just miso-soup. I don't really have a set schedule when I stream. It's just when I'm not at work or doing anything else, which I don't really do anything else, so. Just tune in.
Just work and Fortnite.
Working Fortnite, man. That's it.
So which one of these videos is the best that we can watch right now?
I would go down.
Just the best for the people.
Just the best for the peeps? All right, keep scrolling. Okay. No, go up. It's going to be that one.
This one?
No, actually to the left.
This one?
Yep, that one.
This is the best one?
Mm-hmm. It's my best work.
All right, let's see. We'll judge this, see if this is really the best.
It is. It's my best work.
This is a potato, but...
More.
Oh, your ass!
Oh, hi, Justin. Oh,
His name is
you're
Justin.
what? Oh, Justin. Stop, please.
This is the best part right here.
I'm fast as fuck!
That's pretty good.
It's all right. I'm putting in the works.
You just need to get a bunch of ones like that.
Well, it's really hard to find people that like to play creative.
That's what you're playing on, is creative?
Yeah, you do creative and
Is that all you play on?
no, I do pubs, but
Pubs?
like like regular just matchmaking. But they added the whole bot thing in chapter 2, so it's like
What do you mean they added bots? If it's not a full 100, then the rest is
it
bots?
doesn't matter if it's full 100. They just add bots in there. I swear, it's like you could have a lobby of 100 people.
Oh, so you don't know, you're just assuming.
No, because you can tell. You run into
Are they good?
No.
Oh, so they just kind of have them to kind of level the playing field,
Yeah,
probably?
so for people that are 6, like my child, he just feels good when he gets 5 kills. He's like, oh yeah, Dad, I got 5 kills. I'm like,
Maybe I'll have to start playing so I can get more than 1 kill.
yeah, he's like, I got 5 kills. I'm like, oh, that's great, dude. But deep down, I know that he killed a computer that they put on there just to stand there and shoot.
Like, you accomplished nothing.
Yeah, exactly. But it makes him feel good, so.
So everybody go check out Miso Soup on Instagram and Mixer. And is that the only places you're on?
I got a YouTube, but it's not really set up yet. I'm going to start doing...
Is it Miso Soup too?
Yes, it is. But as of right now, Mixer and my Instagram are the most active. I'll start putting out...
Yeah, it takes a little while to get going on
I'll
YouTube.
start putting out stuff out there eventually, but that's where I'm at right now.
All right, so we'll exit out of this. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. All right, so I know that you're not really a conspiracy guy. You don't really pay attention to too many conspiracies, right?
No, I live under a rock.
So I have some really good ones that I'm going to convince you of.
All right, can't wait for this.
And before we get started, I'm just going to have a disclaimer that these are not facts. These are just exactly that, conspiracy theories. So nobody take all this to be fact. These are all just conspiracies.
Oh, so you believe this stuff? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Got it.
These are only the ones that I believe.
All right, cool.
So would you like a special hat before we get started? Yes, okay.
You answer it for me?
Good choice.
What am I doing with this?
You're making a hat, kind of like this one. What you're gonna do is just peel off a piece and then fit it to your head, and you have to make a point on the tip, so that way, whenever the government tries to get in, it will deflect them. Okay?
How big of a piece?
Well, how big is your head?
That's a trick.
Bigger than that. Definitely bigger than that.
That's a trick question. I got a really big head.
Yeah, that'd be good.
My brain.
You can just overlap the rest.
My brain is huge.
And then my advice is to kind of put the point a little bit forward so that you can still fit headphones. You know what that looks like right now?
A turban?
No, it looks like
Do-rag.
the hat that the chefs wear at like hibachi.
Well, I know I can whip it up in the kitchen.
You need to like sharpen your point a little bit. Like if I still get in through that.
Sure.
There you go. I don't think they're gonna get in through that. Perfect.
You make me ignorant.
No, I'm making you less ignorant because now they can't get in to influence our thoughts.
Am I prepared for the... Okay, let's go.
You're prepared for everything.
All right.
Okay. The first one. You ready? Bigfoot. What do you think about Bigfoot?
So you're supposed to convince me?
Well, first, do you believe in Bigfoot? Do you believe there's a Bigfoot out there?
Bigfoot is just... He's misunderstood.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a really...
So you believe in him, you think he's just misunderstood.
Everyone is just all this hype, like they think he's just out here to get people, but really he's just trying to show himself. But everyone thinks he's just so big, and so everyone thinks he's so big and so ugly. All right,
Well, he's definitely ugly.
he's like a 7, 8 foot. How tall is he? 8 foot, 9 foot, whatever.
Well, I don't know. I've never seen one.
Well, there's only one. There's one Bigfoot.
No.
Yes.
There's colonies of Bigfoots.
No, it's one dude.
One dude since like the 80s?
Yeah.
Or not even before that?
Yes, it's one dude.
Really?
Come on now. You think there's multiple Bigfoots and we haven't like captured one? It's one dude.
There's colonies.
It's one dude. All right. And he's just super
Well-
upset. Every time that he like tries to show himself, everyone freaks out. Like, oh my God, he's so big and so hairy and so scary. He runs away. And sometimes he just doesn't even care to run away.
He migrates to different places.
He just walks super slow, like all lazy, like all because whatever. Like people are, it's just a misunderstood dude.
How old do you think this guy is?
He's at least 120. Facts.
Well, I mean, how else would you get that much hair? You had to be old.
He needs to be a member of the Dollar Shave Club.
That'd be cool if they were a sponsor. That'd be a nice spot
No,
for
they
him.
are. Yeah, they will be. You're welcome.
Okay. After you get done contacting the Bigfoot,
No, me and him.
do you think you could get a hold of a Bigfoot for the podcast?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm Littlefoot.
So then your dad would be Bigfoot, right?
No, I'm not hairy. But I'll tell you this: that dude, if he stood near me, he'd be like 3 times as big as me, which would make him 15 feet.
I wonder, what do you think he's doing out there? You think he's just kind of just wandering around,
He's just cavemaning, dude. He's just scavenging.
just caveman in it?
Yeah, like Walking Dead kind of like just walk around just scavenging.
Walking
stuff.
Dead.
Yeah, like they just go around pillage stuff. Like he's not pillaging like stuff. He's just walking through the trash. Everyone thinks it's a bear. It's really just Bigfoot.
You know how frightening that would be? Say if you're...
See, exactly. You are the problem. That's why he won't come and like hang out, because you guys think that he's scary. It's just some misunderstood big dude.
So So we shouldn't be afraid of him. We should just, if you see him, just approach him like a normal person. Just be like, hey man, what are you doing out here?
Yo, come to the
then,
barbecue.
then he'd be like,
Oh, okay, well, just because he's 120 years old doesn't mean he knows English. He knows English. He just hasn't talked to
I don't know that
anybody.
he knows English.
He hasn't talked to anybody in 120
I mean,
years. So what do you think? He's gonna stutter?
After 120, if he knows English, if he's that smart, after 120 years, he's still caveman in it.
Well, yeah, no one would take him in. All right, it's like the. Well, no, he just not wanted. He feels unwanted. It's like the Grinch, except for really big and not green. And he didn't steal Christmas. He just steals your trash.
How do you know this isn't the reject Grinch? Maybe this is what happened to the Grinch after the movie. Nobody wanted him for any more movies, and they just kicked him off out in the woods.
And now I think you're onto something. Except his fingers aren't like crazy, like weird. That's that.
Well, he clipped them.
That's the one thing about the Grinch movie that always bothered me. He was like, and his fingers were like 15 inches long. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Is there like, was it fingernail or was it just hair? Like, why were they so long?
Well, when he was doing that, it was like super stiff, so it can't just be hair unless you like put gel in it or something.
Maybe he gelled his fingers every day.
Cindy Lou was over there gel in his
He got some mustache wax and he just put it on his fingers.
Hey, to each his own. It could be his thing. I don't know.
That would be it. They should put that in the movie.
Well,
He just reaches his hand into a big glob of mustache wax and just puts it all over his fingers.
does he have Grinch fingers or ET fingers? Because ET has a super long finger too.
No, it doesn't.
It was like ET phone home. That super.
No, he just has a light on the end of it.
Oh, I thought it was like super long.
I don't think so. We have Google. Google can tell us.
Google shall tell us. I'm almost like
Does E.T. have long fingers?
I'm like 42% sure that you're wrong.
I'm like, however much more from 42 makes 100% that I'm right.
58.
No,
Yes.
52.
Did I say 40? You're 42%. You're 42% right or wrong. So I'm 58% correct.
Sure.
Good lord.
I did pre-algebra for like 7 years. All right,
This is the best education no one could ever get.
that's what 7 years of pre-algebra gets you.
Well, I'm thinking like when you live under a rock.
You live under a rock.
That's true. Very true.
Me. Okay, what's it say? Oh, that doesn't. It doesn't say. Let's just Google a picture. Duh.
I'm pretty sure them things were like
No.
I can poke you in the forehead from here.
No. Look at that.
No.
They're just.
No. Go back. Go back.
That's ET right
No,
there.
Go back.
Where?
Go back. Click out of that one. Top row all the way to the like almost all the no one more.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
That is long, dude.
I think that's just like an illusion. That's just skinny.
I think I saw salad fingers over there right after that too.
Right here.
Rusty Spence.
I don't even know what that's from.
You've never seen salad fingers?
No.
Oh my god.
Never.
We're not gonna talk about that anymore because everyone's gonna think I'm super weird. Because that made me laugh when I was a kid.
I think they already know
talks
that you're
about-
super weird. I don't think that.
Wow.
You're wearing an aluminum foil hat.
Oh, and I wonder why. The weird one's making me. It's pretty fresh though.
Yeah. See? And has the government intruded on your thoughts yet? Exactly.
I can't even hear my own thoughts.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, I guess hit me with it.
All right. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
What?
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
You know why?
Because when they come out of the egg, they're
Nope.
why?
Nope. Because pigeons aren't real. Pigeons are government spy drones. That's why you never see baby pigeons. The government I think that this is probably what they do. Well, I have several theories of what they do in Area 51, but I think Area 51 could be, maybe one section of it could be where they make all these pigeons, they make all their little spy drones and they release them out and they land on the buildings and they land everywhere and they're just constantly picking up all of our
So
information.
every pigeon is a spy bird.
No, probably half.
I was gonna
Three
say,
quarters.
I was gonna say because there was this one time.
Maybe all of them.
There was one time I was walking. Unbeknownst to me, there's a whole bunch of pigeons above me. I was just cruising, right? I was just cruising down the sidewalk, and the U.S. government pigeon took a dookie on my face. So that was some pretty real stuff. Like from
Well, I mean, they could still do that.
what?
They could make it to do that.
Why would they make a?
They could have like a
pigeon?
little balloon bladder in there that they could just.
Whenever I tasted it, it tasted like food.
How do you know it wasn't just really old mayonnaise? Have you ever tasted really old mayonnaise?
I hate mayonnaise, so I feel like I would know.
Well, so you don't know. What did you like it when you tasted it?
It's chocolate.
So mayonnaise. So you hate it just like you'd hate mayonnaise.
I wouldn't put it on a sandwich.
Exactly. So they probably have like a little balloon bladder in there, and they just.
But it's warm. It's warm.
Well, you don't think that they have the technology to keep it warm? And it was probably summertime.
What happens if I There's one time. No, never mind. We can't talk about that.
You killed one.
On accident. It ran into one of my pellets.
I was shooting at the sun, and then it crossed my
It's
path.
very much so not a robot.
But did you actually cut it open to see what the insides looked like? Because here's the other thing. They might not be 100% robots. They might just be, the Area 51 could just be where they keep all of the pigeons. And that's the breeding ground. And then once they're born and they get big enough that they can fly and carry this equipment that they embed inside them, that is when the government takes them and fills them with the electronics. So they could still be a living bird, but still have all the equipment to pick up all of our information.
So this conspiracy theory that you have brought to my attention, is that something that people actually believe? That's an actual thing. You didn't just make it up.
Right.
There is a percentage of the population that thinks that there are freaking robot pigeons flying around collecting our
A
information.
very large percentage.
A large percentage.
I would say 60%.
That is an inflated number. I know there are a lot of
That was a condensed number.
I know that there are a lot of weird people in this world, but 60%.
I think technically the research showed at least 96% believed the truth, which is that pigeons are robots.
So that leaves 4% of us normal humans.
No, just 4.
Just 4. So they did a study of 100 people, and 4 of them like, this is crap. You guys are ignorant. The other 96 are like, you're wrong.
And then the rest of them beat up those 4 outside of the testing facility.
Got it. All right. Well, that's a swell one. I like that one. I was not expecting something that hard. So
you're not believing that the pigeons are.
absolutely 100% not. That is false. Fake news.
Do you believe there could be any animals that the government would be using to spy on us?
No,
Why not?
because they have every other way to spy on us. Like our phones.
I don't like that.
If you say something weird over PlayStation, Xbox Live, certain keywords, I can't say them because they might come after me. But
But at least they can't protrude your thoughts.
if you say certain facts, if you say certain things online, they can track you down, and they will. So watch what you say online. Don't be mean.
So what if you were, say, like mowing your grass and you were talking to yourself and you didn't have a cell phone? That's where the pigeons would come in to pick up what you're saying.
I understand that, but do you think that the pigeons could depict what you're saying, rather than the of your lawnmower?
Yes. You know what kind of technology they have out there?
No, I don't actually. Apparently not. Because
You never heard of like noise canceling headphones?
Yes. But it's not. Yeah, but that goes around your ear to cancel the noise. What did they get?
No.
They just
No, the
cancel
ones-
the world.
Yeah. The ones that cancel outside, like background noise. Like a Bluetooth headset that cancels out background noise.
I would love. Did they actually make those?
Yeah.
Did you know
that's a legitimate
Did you
thing.
know that they make a washer and dryer combo?
What do you mean?
Like your washer.
Like the same machine?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Someone asked me because
I've heard that they're not very good though.
I work at Home Depot too, because you boys got to eat. So some lady came over and was like, "Hey, you have like a washer dryer combo?" I'm like, "Yeah, over here."
And you're like, what?
I was like, "Yeah, over here." It's like not really like a combo, like a set. It's like here's a washer, here's a dryer. She's like, "No, like the combo." I'm like,
You're still out of dome like it's a combo meal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have a combo. One here, one here.
yeah, I was like, "Yeah, this is they come together. Like one here's the washer, and here's the dryer." She was like, "No, like one machine is a washer and a dryer." I was like,
Was she real like snooty like that?
"Yeah." I was like, "I'm sorry, they don't make those." She was like, "Yeah, they do." I was like, "No, they don't." And then so I went to ask somebody. It's like, "Yeah, we make those." I'm like,
Well, nobody informed me.
I was like, "Okay, that's obviously not like it's not very good yet. It's not
Yeah.
very well thought
I mean,
out."
I heard about them.
Did you know they have a Roomba lawnmower?
Yes, I thought about buying one.
Dude, they're like $3,000.
Well, the one I was looking at wasn't that much.
That's a Husqvarna.
Yeah, they make. I'm sure they make expensive ones that'll actually work really good. But the one I was looking at was like it wasn't much more than a brand new lawnmower. It's like 300 maybe 350, but it had like instead of like blades,
those-
it had like a weed eater head.
Those might be able to, tune in on you because it's convenient. Roomba in the house, it maps my house.
You mean Roomba in the house, not Roomba in the yard?
A Roomba in the yard too. It maps out your property, sees what you do. It's got the little.
It could, if it's in the grass, it would pick up on your footprints, so it would know which paths you walk in
That
your
and
grass.
like it can like navigate through like stuff. So like memory maps your lawn, knows your edges, and then next thing you know, it's mapping your life. Next thing you know, people are stealing our stuff.
It would map out your entire property, so whenever the government came to get you, they would already have the map of your entire house.
Boom, dude. Fucking big over
Good thing
here.
I don't have a Roomba.
I had a Roomba.
Did you?
Not anymore though. I don't need it.
I was gonna say, you're talking about these washer and dryer combos. I have also seen it's like a washer and dryer combo, like one on top of the other, but like one piece, and like the washer's on top, and then whenever it gets done, it automatically drops everything into the dryer,
That's genius.
like a hatch that just drops. And
I
everything
need that.
drops.
You know why? Because I could just get so caught up in like
You forget.
Fortnite that I'll set my thing to wash clothes for like an hour and then I go back to the next day and my clothes smell like mildew and it's like, oh god, now I gotta waste another 7 gallons washing my clothes again. And then
You don't have to wash them; just put them in the dryer.
No. So you walk around smelling like a sweaty bag of like trash. So it's like, no, I'm good.
I had a load of laundry that I was trying to wash for like 3 days one time because I kept forgetting about it.
Is that why it smells like that in here?
It smells amazing in here.
Yeah.
It smells like anti-government in here. That's what it smells like.
I gotta make sure this is still sharp. No, it's good.
Is whenever it starts vibrating, that means that they're trying to get in. But
Is that your brain screaming for help? There's a
I
little bit of both.
I can't confirm either way. I don't want to give any hints. All right, so you don't believe that the pigeons are spy drones. You don't believe that there's any animals that are spying on us through the government.
No.
Okay, now what about this?
No, God.
Okay, so tornadoes cause lots of damage every year, right? Probably millions and millions of dollars worth of damage for insurance, and they make lots of money for insurance companies.
Don't even finish
Okay,
it.
what do you mean?
You're about. Let me just.
You don't even know where I'm going with this.
You're gonna say that the insurance company somehow formulates because they can make clouds out of some machine.
No,
They
that's not
create
any.
storms.
No, that's nowhere where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Okay, so the insurance companies talk to the government. Okay, The government talks to the aliens, which they have access to because they're keeping that technology from us. The aliens go up in their round UFOs and spin real fast and start tornadoes.
What percentage of people believe that one?
That one's a little lower, like 23%. But the 23% that does, they're very smart.
See, that's a hard one, dude, because I've never like actually seen like a real live alien, so or a spaceship.
I've seen some people that are probably pretty close. Actually, maybe not aliens. I've seen some people that are like
Questionable.
still like cavemen that are trying to evolve.
That just means they're slow. Just super slow. Okay to be slow, you know. But spaceships spinning in circles, are they not gonna
UFOs, not just spaceships.
Okay, UFOs.
Okay.
But are they not gonna like? Do they take Dramamine?
They have seatbelts.
What? No, Dramamine for motion sickness.
Right. They have seatbelts that hold them still. And they don't even have inner ears, so they don't get sick. They don't have any sense of like balance.
And how do they hear?
What do you mean? They have outer ears, just not inner ears.
But how does the outer ear get to the inner?
There is no inner. So it doesn't have to get there
So it doesn't go anywhere
to the brain.
because they don't have one.
They're more advanced than us, so they don't need the inner ear to go to the brain. They just go straight from outer right to the brain.
Like telepathy. That's why they can talk to each other without talking.
They just pick up sound waves, and then their brain just knows what
So
it
they're
is.
like dolphins.
Kind of.
Dolphins are smart.
Would a dolphin get motion sick?
I don't know. Let's ask them.
Yeah, I got one in the backyard. We can just talk to him. His name's George.
Okay. So, the insurance company. Hold on, let me get this wrong. Insurance company.
Do you need a piece of paper?
I do actually.
Oh, I don't have one. So
We'll just write on the table with my finger. Insurance company to
right.
government. Government to aliens, right?
Yes.
And then aliens to UFOs.
Well, that same aliens are they get in the UFOs and then they go up.
No, I'm doing the whole chain of events from the beginning.
Yeah.
Insurance to government, government to aliens.
The government,
aliens
they're,
walk
no,
onto their
the
spaceship.
insurance looks, hey, we haven't really made that much money this year. We need to destroy some stuff so we can get some more money. Then they call the government.
Okay, so insurance to government, government to the aliens. Aliens, you know, they strut
They,
straight.
they probably have like a secretary alien
Okay,
that takes the call.
alien to the main aliens, which then they strut them long-legged, creepy-looking bodies to their UFO ship thing
Yeah.
to space.
Well, no, not space.
Oh, sorry, to the top of the atmosphere, or
Not even the top of the atmosphere. Tornadoes aren't that tall.
they got some kind of cloaking device. We can't see them spinning around in circles.
It spins so fast you can't see it.
So it spins so fast that it just defies the speed of light.
Right. If it spins, it spins, or they disguise themselves as a cloud.
I feel like I'd still see a cloud spinning in a circle really fast.
Well, that's a tornado. Or let's say they go to the top of the atmosphere.
Okay.
Let's just say they go that high, so we can't see them.
And they're sitting there spinning mock craziness.
No, tornadoes only spin at like what, 200 miles an hour?
Yeah, but that for them to go from that high to down there,
No, they got like
screaming at mock Jesus, dude.
no, they got fins on the bottom, so it gets the air moving.
Oh, see, now you're just adding stuff.
That's how else would it make the
So
air
it's like
spin?
it's all super smooth at the bottom, and then like when they're like, all right, tornado,
It's just like in the water. What you, if
they,
you-
they go tornado time. This little fin pop out like.
and then they all hold on and they just and they spin around.
So it's like a 3-second ordeal, like oh, back to home base.
It's probably. I think I heard that it was about 30 seconds.
Man.
And then like they start here and they go to this spot and then they go to this spot and they just jump around spots.
I don't know, man. That's a hard one to even like kind of think about,
Ooh, why?
because on top of the 96% of people that believe about pigeons, the other 23% that probably also believe in pigeons, I don't know what to think about them other than
They're very intelligent people.
they eat soup with a fork.
What? That's how you get the best parts of the soup is when you use the fork.
Oh,
Because everyone knows that the liquid of the soup is the worst part.
I never thought about that. If you just get a bowl of soup, you just
Unless it's miso soup.
oh miso soup.
Actually, I don't even know. Is there anything in miso soup?
Yeah, you got like tofu, seaweed.
Tofu.
Yeah,
What's tofu?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, it's something that people like substitute for
For me.
meat. Yeah.
Well, what is it?
I don't want to say. I think it's like soybean stuff. It's like soybean something.
Google knows.
It's like I'm like Asian, and it's like you're supposed to know what tofu is. Like I just
Is that like a thing with
don't know.
Asians? Is tofu?
I don't know what it is, but I just eat it because it's good. Yeah, it's got like green onion. I think they're green onion stuff. green onion slivers.
Tracking devices from the government is what they are.
Some people say that it's tastes like dirt.
Tofu, also known as bean curd, is a food prepared by coagulated soy milk.
Soy milk. There's it's soy something. It's good, dude.
That sounds disgusting.
It's only good if you eat plain tofu. There's something wrong with it. But if you eat like seasoned tofu with like a sauce and stuff on it, it's real saucy.
What kind of sauces would you put on
I
tofu?
don't know what it's called. It's like brown sauce.
It's called brown sauce.
It's the brown sauce they put on.
Soy sauce.
No, that's black sauce. So that's salty sauce.
What do you salty sauce?
Yeah.
What do you mean the brown sauce?
Like there's this Chinese place, right? About the house. And I always go there and they have this platter.
They have the brown sauce.
Yeah, you slide a little spatula.
Just like the yum yum sauce.
No, that's yellow, and that's got.
Well, what I'm saying is like, what is it? It's just yum yum sauce. Just like the brown sauce is
I'm
brown
pretty
sauce.
sure yum sauce has like mayonnaise in it.
You know ranch has mayonnaise in it?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I was disgusted too when I found
What
out.
about Caesar
Caesar what?
dressing?
Ranch?
What?
What are you talking about?
You just said I don't eat ranch.
Oh, you don't? Oh.
I eat Caesar.
Caesar ranch?
What are you, Caesar dressing?
I thought that was like a brand.
Oh,
I thought that was like the brand on the bottle. Do they not have like a Caesar Thousand Island and like a Caesar ranch and like a Caesar something else? Like a Caesar French?
I lived under a rock. There's a Thousand Island, right?
All right.
And you got like balsamic vinaigrette.
Which sounds disgusting.
It's like vinegar. You have vinaigrette, vinegar. And then there's ranch.
Right.
And there's blue cheese, which is gross. If you eat blue cheese, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, blue cheese is disgusting.
And then there's Caesar. Caesar dressing. Like a Caesar.
It's just called Caesar.
Caesar salad.
Like Little Caesar's pizza, but without the little and without the pizza.
Yes.
Does the guy look the same?
It's more of a non-cartoony guy. It's kind of buff. Like
I don't know if I trust this guy. He seems sketchy.
It's really good. I actually should try it.
Never heard of
It's
it.
garlicky. Sometimes it's garlicky.
Sometimes. What makes it?
well,
What makes it different?
The brand. Some people just don't add as much garlic.
So there's
into
different
it.
brands.
Yeah, like Hidden Valley has Caesar.
Wait, so you're telling me Caesar is like a sauce?
Yeah, it's like a rat. It's like
So like all a bunch of different companies make Caesar dressing.
yeah.
What's it taste like?
It's like garlicky, I think.
Are you just making this up?
No.
Or is this a real thing?
Like when I go places and I see like they have a Caesar salad, I always try them because I love Caesar
The
salad.
salad Caesar too?
No, it's called a Caesar's like house
Why do they call it a Caesar salad?
because it's got Caesar dressing on it, dude, and they have like Parmesan cheese.
So the dressing makes it
Like whenever you
gives
get
it the name? So what is it, a ranch salad or a French salad?
be a house salad,
Whose house?
house salad.
My house or your house?
Well, it's whatever house you want, I guess. But like a house salad's got like what carrots and like spring
I don't eat
lettuce.
salad. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
The sauces confuse me, so they make me nervous.
Oh man. You uncultured swine.
I don't even remember where we were. Once we cut off the tangent about Caesars and salad.
I think we were talking about tornadoes.
Oh yeah, the aliens get paid to start the tornadoes. So you're not buying that.
Absolutely not. No.
How fast do you think the UFO would have to spin?
Fuck Jesus.
Mach Jesus.
You know how fast that is?
So Mach 1's what? 767?
I don't know. You're the one that doesn't know what Caesar dressing is. How am I supposed to know what Mach is?
Mach 1, I believe, is 767.
Mach 2 is like 1300.
Well, it'd be double whatever Mach 1 is.
Well, let's see. 700 times 2 is not 1300.
It's 760 something.
Oh, well, then that means it'd be like 1500.
717 miles an hour.
Okay, so 1424.
Does that even add up?
That's Mach 2.
717 plus 717 was
I
what?
have to say 1434.
34?
Swear I'm Asian. 17 and 17, you said
Well, 16
717.
and 16 would be 32. Yeah, so 30. And then it's 2, 1. There's one more on each one. So, yeah.
So I said 1434. 1434. So I said the first time, okay? Don't judge me.
All right, so you ready for the next one?
Oh, man.
Now, this, I know you're going to ask. So, this one, 70% of the people believe this one.
Okay.
Now, this one, this might not even be a conspiracy.
It just might be true.
This one could be true.
Okay.
This could be a fact.
All right.
Okay, so schizophrenic people, right?
Mm-hmm.
They hear voices. The voices that the schizophrenic people hear are the dead people talking to them.
Yeah, so one of them just told me that is true.
So you're schizophrenic.
Oh, I don't know. Am I? Wait. They just told me no. So.
They
But
just told me no.
That could be. You might be onto something though, because it might not be like the fact that they're having like supernatural things happening to them. If it is like dead people,
Right.
It's making them go crazy
Right.
because they're wondering why they're hearing voices from other places, and that could be a thing. It just, I guess that one really depends on what you believe in. That's not really like a conspiracy thing,
Like maybe these people that are schizophrenic are like on another level, kind of. So like they can like communicate with the dead, but they don't know it's the dead. They just know it's a voice talking to them.
Yeah, and they don't know what to do with it. So people that, it's like if you presented that to someone that like ghost hunters, they're probably.
I think if I presented that to anybody but you right now, they would think I was insane.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey,
But 70% of the people believe in it.
70% of the crazy people out there might believe that you might be onto something. Like that. See, in itself, like that sounds just absurd. But if you actually like stop and think about it,
I mean, most things sound absurd if you think about them.
you know that whenever I was looking up how to like which epic name I could use for my thing, I typed in miso soup, and I stared because all of them were taken.
Yeah.
And
They give you a list of which ones are taken.
nope.
Oh, so you just have to use it to sit there and just guess over and over and
That's
over.
the thing. You just send it until one works, and like you don't get a second chance.
Really?
You get 2 weeks. You have to wait 2 weeks. So I was like doing this, and I kept typing soup.
You have to wait 2 weeks?
Yeah, 14 days. I had to type soup. I looked at the word soup for so long that I was like, is this even a word? Like I was looking at it, I was like,
Is this even my reality right now?
like if you were like just looked at a word long enough or wrote a word long enough or as many like enough times where you look at it, you're like, that's not even a word.
Not with words,
Really?
but with a lot of other things, like pigeons.
I thought the government wasn't allowed to get in your thoughts right now.
They're not in my thoughts. You think they're in my thoughts?
Apparently, you
I
have,
think they're in your thoughts.
you have a leak in your cap.
I have a leak?
Yes.
I'm going to have to like pressure test this thing.
Sprung a leak in your cap, and now you're delusional.
I don't think the cat made me delusional. I think the cat makes me undelusional. De-delusional.
Just because it makes you delusional, just drop the D, you're illusional.
No, delusional would be what you think I am. Not delusional.
Oh, see, I get what you're
I
saying.
don't know where I was going with that.
I get what you're saying. So no. Oh no, yes.
So they could be voices from the dead.
I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying
I wonder.
that's one of them hard maybes.
Yeah.
The hardest of maybes.
I would have to, and I don't even know if anyone's ever even done this type of research, but I would be curious to see if areas where people are closer to like graveyards and like burial grounds, if there's a higher percentage of schizophrenic people near those areas. I doubt anyone has done
But
that.
then it could also be something like, what if the people that are schizophrenic now dabble in weird stuff?
Like what?
What's that thing called where you like,
Oh, the Ouija board?
yeah,
Nope.
like,
Well, I mean, yeah, that could be a thing.
yeah.
I'm saying no because I don't do Ouija boards.
I don't do anything that could scare me. You know why?
Ouija boards scare me.
You know why I don't do scary stuff?
Why?
Because I'm skittish.
Cause you're what?
I'm skittish.
What's that mean?
I get scared very easily.
Oh, that's why I don't do them. Not so much because I'm scared, because I know that is real.
Like there's this one time I was walking through the house and I had my golf clubs by my door,
Yeah.
and I would shut the door and I looked to my left and there's my golf clubs and I almost defecated in my pants.
Because the golf clubs were there.
Yeah, it wasn't expected. It was just there. It was like the size of a scary little kid.
You know something that has just scared me like almost to death before was, what'd you say?
Clowns.
No, not clowns. I'm not scared of clowns. This shower in this hallway, you know how like most showers, you know, whenever you go to have the water come out of the top, you have to pull the thing, like the thing on the bottom.
Shoot yourself with cold water.
No, not that. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, so with that one, whenever I first moved in this house, you could, like most of them, you know, whenever you get them, you push the thing down, the water drains out, right? So I guess just over time of me owning this house, that thing, whatever that is, has got like weaker or whatever. And it used to just stay up all the time. But now, if you don't drain it whenever you get done, like 4 hours later, you'll just hear it like a ding, and then the water starts running. And then whenever you're home alone and it's like late, and you just hear like you're laying in bed and you just hear that like ting and water running, it's the most frightening thing in the world. It's scared me at least 3 times.
I would have moved already.
Or sometimes I'll have like a box sitting somewhere and I'll have it like on the edge of something, and it'll be like in the middle of the night and it'll just like fall, and I'll just hear it just doot.
So now you're making me nervous.
That one really gets me when like a box falls. And then I'm like, man, if this house is haunted, I'm gonna have to burn this thing to the ground, and I don't want to have to burn this house down.
Be a pretty
That's something I would have to do. If this house was haunted, I'd have to burn it down.
not a fan. I don't do scary stuff. Like
Me either.
haunted houses. Like why am I gonna pay? Why am I gonna go somewhere first off?
I don't like, well,
I'm gonna
haunted
waste
house.
my time and pay someone to make me not have a good time.
Well, haunted houses are different. Like I don't do haunted houses just because it's like they don't scare me, because like I know, like just the logical side of me, I know I'm paying to go through this. These people are going to jump out and try to scare me, and they're not allowed to touch me. So I know what's happening going into it. So it's not scary. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
I did a what's it? A maze, corn maze.
corn maze, yeah.
Yeah, and like I made the wrong turn, and there's just a fake scarecrow sitting there, and I about defecated again.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I'm skittish, man. I don't like scary stuff. Like, have you played the new Fortnite yet?
I like one game.
So right now they did the new. I don't know if
There's
they did.
ghosts.
And I don't know if they did the new update. I haven't played in the past couple of days, but the last time I played it was the Halloween thing, and if you walk near certain things, they jump out.
So you wouldn't be a good candidate to play what's that game? Slender Man.
Is that the creepy dude with the long face?
Maybe it's not Slender Man. I don't remember which one it is, but it's like you're walking through the woods and like at the dark woods, and you're trying to like get. I believe you're trying to like get through like a maze without this guy like catching you, and you have to like keep looking back in the dark to see if like you can see him, and he's like trying to chase you through the woods.
Oh, absolutely not.
You wouldn't play that in the dark?
Absolutely not.
Me either. That's not a game I would play.
No, I had a zombie game on PlayStation. I forgot what it's called.
Like Call of Duty Zombies,
No.
or like Left 4 Dead.
Oh no, it wasn't Left 4 Dead. It was like Days something.
Days of Our Lives. Daisy probably.
No, not Daisy. I thought you said Jay-Z.
Daisy. That's a zombie game.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh man.
So I think it's on.
One of the people that I have played with will tell me what game it's called. I had It had a Z in it. I don't remember what it was. But that game, at night, the zombies would like be crazy and like super strong and fast.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. not my thing.
I remember there was one time at the pizza place that I worked at. Apparently there was like a ghost there or something, and everyone that worked there wanted to bring a Ouija board in and talk to the ghosts like after the place like closed that night, and I was the only one that didn't want to do it, and I had to tell everyone, I was like, listen, if you bring a Ouija board in this place, I'm not coming back here. Like, I will quit and go somewhere else because I'm not working here with demons. And then
That's facts.
They eventually didn't do it, but
People are crazy.
I don't know. I don't understand the people that will just like, if you just ask them like, hey, you want to go talk to the dead? They'll be like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, no, I don't tell either because
Like, no.
I'm completely fine with my living people.
Yeah.
Me and the living people have a pretty good relationship, you know. I can talk to them, they talk back to me.
You don't have to get like this board, this little game piece to go around on some letters.
Facts.
Ready for the next one?
Lay it on me.
Why do you seem so excited?
Guys, I'm here to squash conspiracies.
All right, this one is another one about schizophrenic people.
Okay.
Okay, so instead of them talking to the dead, this could be the aliens or it could be the government. Okay, either the aliens or the government, they take these people captive into Area 51, a place like Area 51 or whatever. They implant in their head something to the equivalent of like a walkie-talkie, so that like something they can talk into, and then they can hear it in their head. And then they put these people back into the world, just like normal people, but they put them back from wherever they got them from. And then they sit in this facility with, you know, just a whole thing full of TVs or whatever. And then they have their little walkie-talkies or whatever, and they just mess with people all day. And it's just like their form of entertainment. Or that would be like if it was a government thing. Or if it's the aliens, maybe for them, that could be like what the aliens could come down from wherever they're from, take the people, put these chips in their brain, send them back out, and then they could go back to whatever planet they're from, and then they
Monitor.
Well, they monitor, but they would broadcast it on like their TV as like their form of entertainment. So like they're up there laughing at the people that they did it to as like their like comedy show. It's a pretty heavy one.
I'm speechless.
You don't have any response to that one?
Both of those are 100% absurd.
You don't think there's any remote possibility
What's the percentage? Tell me.
of people that believe it?
If it's anything more than one, our society is screwed.
Well, the percentage of people that believe this one, 42.
I swear you're making this up. There's no...
This is backed by scientific research.
I want the sources. Oh, it's because it's the government blocking sources. Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
The government
That-
won't
that
release the
one-
real sources. I can't tell you where I got the information because they could come after me.
I'm gonna have to say that one is. That one's not believable by any means.
Not even throw a percentage out there. Not even like 1%.
No, not even a speck of any percentage.
I really thought that one would get you.
There is one conspiracy I think that we might agree on, but I can't tell you that
Why?
because I want to see if it's one of the things.
Oh, okay. I get it. All right, next one. Since I guess you don't believe that they could possibly do that to people.
No, not even a little bit.
Have you ever heard of lizard people?
Come again?
People that...
It's a Komodo dragon. Like that? Like a person walking around like a Komodo dragon?
Could be.
Oh, God.
Some people that have more of a reptilian brain that are on like a... They would be probably somewhere between like us and aliens. Like not as advanced as aliens, but more advanced than us. They have more of like a reptilian brain, and they'd be considered like a lizard person. Like the people that are like at the very top.
Are
that
lizards cold-blooded?
I think so.
Because don't you have to have like heat lamps and stuff?
They're not really lizards. Like they're not cold blooded.
But they have like lizard tendencies.
Yeah, that's why they wear suits, and somehow they all work for the government.
Boom. Got it. If they have, let's say these said lizard. Where do they live?
Where do the lizard people live?
Yeah.
That's not 100% known, but they should live in the middle of the earth.
Where it's warm.
Yes. They probably have like a...
Do any of them live outside of the center?
Yeah, during the day. Because they come out from the middle of the earth to control everything that happens. Like they call all the shots. Like whenever we're supposed to like go to war, they make something happen so that we go to war. They do like...
That's an easy one to smash, dude.
Why?
Because if they come out during the day, all you gotta do is you pinpoint, right? Peak areas of super electricity usage, right? But then you also...
They use the electricity from the earth.
What?
What?
Okay, so they use the electricity, right? And then we have our crazy satellites. Phew. Throw some thermals down.
But what do you mean from satellites?
Satellites, thermal imaging.
Are satellites real?
Huh? yes, they're real.
How do you know they're real?
I guess that's a good question.
Do you think you could really just like launch a giant piece of metal up into the sky and then it would just float around and stay where we can
If
contact
you believed
it?
in space and like gravity and like orbit, yeah, I think so.
That stuff's kind of sketchy to me.
So science is sketchy to you?
Most of it's a lie.
Huh? Is this the part where you tell me that space isn't a thing and there's no galaxy and there's only one, the moon and the sun are just something that some kid drew on a piece of paper and projects it up on the sky?
Kind of. We'll get to that later. That ties into another one.
No, dude. Oh, God.
We have a couple more before we get that far.
So, lizard people,
Right.
it's easy. You just use our unknown satellites to get thermal imaging, and you compare that to the electricity usage in certain areas. If said area is a little bit hotter than normal, you go in and you investigate. Because listen, if it's super warm, and I'm pretty sure reptiles need heat lamps. I could be mistaken. Let me know if I'm wrong.
They don't need heat lamps though. They're like normal people. They just have reptilian brains. They're not really cold blooded.
Have you talked to one? Because I'm pretty sure the last time I talked to one, they were cold.
I can't tell you where I get my information, but they don't need heat lamps. Maybe the elite of the
I wonder
elite.
if they just line their suits that you say they wear in hot hands material.
Maybe
And when they
that could be.
And when they walk, it's just like warms up.
You know how like Rolexes have like the little weight or something in it that like as you walk it spins around and keeps the watch like charged up? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like a Rolex doesn't have like a battery. It has like a little gear with like an arm. So like as you're walking and moving your arm, it swings around and it's what keeps everything charged inside the Rolex.
That's awesome.
They can... Okay, so that's how like a Rolex works. They could have that, but for the heaters inside of their suits.
That's like some Elon Musk type stuff.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the lizard people.
That would not surprise me one bit.
Oh my god. We're getting somewhere. Oh my god.
That could be why he's making all of these scientific advances.
Because he's got the insight.
Yes. He knows what they want.
Clean energy starts with lizard people, dude. Oh my god.
And he wants to put solar panels all everywhere, right? Which would be a perfect place to hide the hatches where they go into the earth.
Straight down to the lizard people layers.
Yep.
Man.
He's probably in cahoots with them.
Cahoots, dude. You convinced me on that one. You have.
Okay. So there are lizard people. Okay. So we're moving on to the next one. This would not surprise me. This legitimately would not surprise me one bit if this was real. So, pharmaceutical companies create diseases so that then they can create medications for these diseases to make money. Or if you wanted to put a little twist on it, the drugs that they make could have just a little something in it that would kind of flare up whatever it's supposed to treat towards the end of like the cycle. So like if you had like took something for depression, like say it was supposed to last for 12 hours, at like 11 and a half hours, it could start to trigger a little bit more depression. So you take the next one. So they get you wrapped into that cycle over and over.
I don't know if I believe the part where they make diseases. I do believe the part that we have the capabilities and we have the knowledge to cure and or treat, a lot of these things that are
I think to cure most things.
uncurable, untreatable things.
Uncurable.
But it's a ploy because they make so much money off of that.
Billions and billions a year.
Because everyone, excuse me, everyone doesn't want their loved one to die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're gonna pump their money into whatever they got into it,
Yeah.
and that is the scummiest way.
Oh yeah.
But
Make billions and billions of dollars
it
on
is what
people
it is,
that are
dude.
dying.
There's some gross people out here. But I mean, would that conspiracy surprise me at all? If I woke up tomorrow and they're like, "Hey, we've had the cure for cancer for the past 20 years."
Wouldn't surprise me a
But
bit.
in those 20 years, we've made $600 billion off you idiots.
Yeah.
So, just so you know, we still have it. We're not going to give it to you because in 20 more years, we're going to double that.
Yeah.
So, sucks to suck.
They make zero profit off of a healthy civilization.
Facts.
Zero.
So, do I think that they make diseases? No. Do I think that they have the cure?
They
or
just kind of
the way to treat it?
turn a blind eye to all the cures for what they're treating.
Well, then I feel like they probably give you a little bit of something to kind of help it, to make you think that it's getting better.
Yeah, it just kind of dampens
But then
the
it's
symptoms.
like, dampens the symptoms, and then you're like, oh, I'm getting better. You stop taking it. You're like, oh man, I need a higher dosage now, because obviously the last one didn't work, and then bam.
Did you also know that I would have to research this to find the exact, like what it was exactly, but there was a certain percentage of doctors, or like all doctors would get like a certain type of commission off of certain drugs that they prescribed I think they quit it now, maybe like in like 2014 or something, but for a significant period of time they were getting so much of a percentage of all the prescriptions they wrote. So what's that going to lead them to do?
Branding.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you need to go get you some Xanax. Xanax, the brand name, not that off-brand trash. The Xanax, the Xanax bars.
And then next thing you know, you're stealing cars. You're doing all kinds of stuff.
Listen, my name is Jeff. All right, I'm your doctor. Make sure you tell the pharmacist, Jeff from over here at the new hospital sent you to get Xanax. That's with an X, okay?
Yeah.
Make sure you ring Jeff.
Because like, did you know that
Xanax.
obviously like a doctor's office, like somebody, like the doctor most of the time owns his practice, and then people from pharmaceutical companies come in to like sell him on prescribing like their line of drugs, and then someone else will come in and prescribe like their line of drugs. You know what I'm saying?
You're hitting me with a whole bunch of heavy things, man. Those are,
Some heavy hitters.
I don't know what to think now.
So they're definitely not they're probably not creating the diseases, but they're definitely
They're just
not.
going to suppress a little bit of the symptoms, make you think you're better. So you're like, good. And then as soon as you think you're good, you get worse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I believe that.
All right. This next one is,
It's a doozy.
it could be. All right. Chemtrails. You know what chemtrails are?
Airplane stuff.
Those are contrails. These are chemtrails. So you know when a jet takes off and has that white line behind it? Mm-hmm. That is how the government releases all the stuff into the atmosphere.
I'm saying it's contrail.
That's why I said chemtrail.
You said contrail.
No. What you were saying was a contrail. Never mind.
Like when the Blue Angels are flying around and leave the white thingies.
Yeah.
You do know that that's actually not a chemtrail.
How is it not a chemtrail?
Hold on a second. Hold on. When they're just regularly flying, that stuff, or when they're doing their aerial stuff? Because
When they're regular flying.
okay, regular flying maybe. It's probably a chemtrail, yes, and they could be releasing whatever they want. But if you ever see the Blue Angels and they're flying around and they do the smoke screens,
Well, the Blue Angels
They
might not,
literally
because
have these-
aren't those guys old? Aren't those guys old?
what do you mean old?
The guys that are flying the planes, aren't those like retired people?
No,
Or retired or older pilots?
no, those are all active duty.
Really? So they're all like younger?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was like a retirement home for airplane flying.
No. So, what is it? Let's not divulge too much here. Let's just say when they do the spinny stuffs and they fly around and stuff, when they leave the cloud of smoke everyone likes to see where they make objects in the sky and stuff, they come in like these really huge 55-gallon drums. They and they release it. Just polluting the air. Not polluting the air, it's just
So
it's just smoke screens.
it is something that they add in there that gets released into the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's just for your amusement.
Chemicals.
Your amusement.
What do you think they could put in there?
Anthrax. I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine if like the Blue Angels did a thing and just everybody died?
Just dusting hundreds of thousands of people with anthrax.
They're like they just do like one pass and everyone's just like bowling pins. They just all drop dead.
Nah, I mean, seeing the drums was actually.
And then they would play it off like,
cool.
oh, we put the wrong stuff in there. We didn't know it was the anthrax.
Yeah. No, I think that's the chemtrail thing. It's just super advanced exhaust trail. Like,
Super advanced exhaust trail.
yeah, it's like.
So they're doing it even like on the
super-
commercial jets that are flying up?
Yeah, dude, it's just super expedited ozone decay.
What? Mm-hmm. I go along with that. That's how they're
pro green.
that's how they're destroying
Pro green.
that's how they're destroying the atmosphere.
I'm pro global warming. I don't know what I'm saying.
You're saying you're for destroying the atmosphere
No.
or anti to destroy the atmosphere.
Yeah. Wait. If we just hold on. Does climate change mean it gets warmer all the time and there's no more seasons? Because I'm super.
Well-
I'm super down with that because I hate being cold.
Well, if climate change was real, then that's what it would mean.
Have you heard about the greenhouse effect?
I don't have a greenhouse.
Me either. I was just wondering if you heard about it. I don't know what that means.
I think your cat might have sprung a leak. What are they telling you to say things now?
No, they're telling me to steer clear of all your stupidity. All right, chemtrails. Not a thing. That is just a.
So what's the line of smoke behind like a commercial jet?
That's just. We call it something else. That I can't say. That's just our shit trail. It's just a huge. It's just what a turd.
That's
leaves
what
behind.
you guys call it.
It's like a just imagine a flying turd. It just leaves a trail of steam, just let you know that hey, I am.
Is it steam or is it smoke?
What?
Whatever you're pouring in there, and then they release it. Is it smoke or is it steam?
Oh, I don't know. It's like some kind of liquid. I'm pretty sure when it atomizes, it's not bad for the environment because they probably wouldn't do it.
Well, I don't.
Unless the conspiracy says
That completely derails the whole conspiracy. So it's definitely a chemical that is either destroying the atmosphere, mind control, or cancer.
mind control, cancer. What?
What do you mean? What?
Well, I guess there's a whole bunch of. Yeah. That does sound.
Cancer's increased how much in the last 20 years? And how much have airplanes increased in the last 20 years?
They've actually gotten a lot cleaner.
The two go hand. That's what they want you to think.
No, I know.
The engines have gotten bigger, right?
I don't know about commercial, but like ours,
The engines have gotten bigger.
they're the same.
Are you sure?
It's just they burn cleaner.
That's what they tell you they burn cleaner.
Like
They don't want you to know how much mind control they're actually putting
our
out into
old
the air.
ones used to leave like the turd trails.
Yeah,
To keep it G-rated, the turd trails.
yeah.
But now the new ones don't.
So what you're saying
They
is
just burn cleaner.
the chemicals that they're putting in there, you just can't see them.
Masking. Maybe they put some kind of cloaking serum in it.
Or maybe they just they have more planes in the sky, so they release a smaller amount per plane, but it ends up being the same amount.
Today, whenever I flew here, we like got on the runway, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, you're supposed to depart it. Blah, blah,
Did you
blah.
see the guy pumping the chemicals in there?
Well, no.
Had like a big barrel that said mind control, and he's just pumping it into the
Just pump
airplane.
it away. No, like we were like waiting to go on the taxiway to get to the runway,
Yeah.
and it was like. I'm like looking. We're like the 19th plane. And as we get on the runway, I look down and there's like 30 planes just waiting to go. And it was all just American Airline.
Really?
I was like, holy crap, there's a crap load of people trying to fly today.
Think about how many gallons of cancer that is being released into the atmosphere.
No, but you just gotta think, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Because climate change doesn't matter. Remember?
Maybe what they're putting in the plane causes the climate change.
It's a good point. I didn't think about that one.
They're destroying the atmosphere if the atmosphere is real.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say like no. But I applaud you for your
Expansive thinking.
oh man. That is not what I was thinking. That is left field. Wait, left field. Not what I was thinking.
You weren't thinking expansive thinking.
No, I was no. I can't even think of the word. You just got my mind all jumbled.
I'm taking your IQ points away.
Yeah. Idiocracy, is that a word? Idiocracy?
If it is, I don't know what it means.
Idiocracy. Idiocracy. See, I'm stupid. I'm dumb now. Thank you.
Well, you're about to get a whole lot dumber.
Oh, God.
So,
A whole lot dumber. Okay.
as I mentioned, if the atmosphere was a thing, okay,
Oh, man.
that and if space was a thing,
My forehead is sweating. You didn't-
that's because they're trying to get in. Okay, If-
oh, my goodness.
that's the heat.
I like did this and I felt like... I was like,
Your sweat wax is another barrier for whenever they try to get in. All right, so that leads us into the next one, which is the flat Earth.
all right, well, hold on a second. I want you to tell me your theory on flat Earth.
What do you mean?
Like, is it a thing? Do you think the Earth is flat?
Oh, it's flat. 100%. It's flat.
You think the Earth is flat.
Yes.
Why?
Because if it was round or a sphere, like they say it is, how come things don't fall off of it?
Wait, what?
If it's a sphere, and there's people up here, and there's people on the side, and there's people on the bottom. How do the people on the bottom not fall off? And the people on the sides, how come they don't fall off?
I think that's gravity, but
What's gravity? What's gravity?
something keeps popping up in my head, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to say this, and someone's going to tell you that I'm stupid.
What?
9.8 meters per second squared.
That would be the figure of how fast this gravity that they say exists would be. Like how fast something would fall to the ground if there was gravity and if it was a sphere.
Okay, so let's say that. So you think the Earth is
That would what I'm saying. That would be the calculation for for gravity.
So you think the Earth is flat, but you're saying things don't fall off of it
What do you mean?
because the Earth is flat.
Right, the Earth is flat.
No, yeah, no, I know it is because why do you think that when it rains, we don't just flood? The water runs off the sides.
Off of a sphere or off of the flat Earth?
Off the flat Earth, dude. It's like imagine a plate. I don't have a plate here. The plate, fill it with water.
We know what a plate looks
And
like.
when it overflows, the water comes off, it falls off, right?
That feeds into my other theory is that
But obviously, if the water just kept coming off, the precipitation just fills in the gap. That's it. Simple math.
Right. So, I'm not your typical flat earther.
Okay.
Most flat earthers believe that you have like the earth, then you have, of course, the ocean, and then around the edge is an ice wall that keeps the water in, keeps it from falling off.
No, that's not true.
What I think, I have two theories. Perhaps, maybe we're set up
Wait a second. Infinity pool.
exactly.
Oh my god.
We're set up like an infinity pool. We're just like a giant crater that has different sections that's floating in the middle, and the water just goes off the edge and then comes back around, and it just circulates. And that's how the ocean stays fresh and clean, because it just circulates. Or we are flat and there is an ice, or we're definitely flat, but there is the ice wall, but instead of where people think like, say, like here's all the continents and then there's the water, then the ice wall, say like here's the continents, and then there's like so much water that you can't even get to the ice wall, but the ice wall is out there, but it's so far we can't, there's no way we could get to it. So we haven't actually like seen it yet.
Yeah, no, the ice wall one doesn't make any sense. The infinity pool one is definitely a top contender because everyone already knows, without a doubt, 100% the Earth is flat. Like, there's no argument. Like, is water wet? Yes. That's it.
Yes, water is wet.
But regardless of the fact is, the Earth is flat, just like this table. That's the Earth.
This is just like the Earth. If we like say we were this cup, if this whole table was a sphere, and you put this on, it's gonna fall off. There's no way.
It would just roll off.
Yeah, it would fall right off the edge, just like we would.
Yeah.
Like people in Australia, they'd be gone.
The only reason why they stay is because the water falls off and it rains consistently enough to keep them afloat, dude. That's it. It just keeps.
And then here's the other half of it. Okay. So space and the atmosphere, all that's fake. Okay. We're flat, right? Like the infinity pool. We're flat, and we have the water that runs off the edge and then comes back around, circulates. Okay, but.
Wait, hold on a second. I gotta ask a question about the infinity pool thing. How does the water circulate and come back through? Is there like a giant pump in the center of the Earth?
Fish.
In the core? Fish.
They all swim in the same patterns.
Move. Oh my god. Okay. That
They
makes
work.
sense.
They work together, and
They
swim.
cause the current.
Yes, and it circulates the water.
Oh man. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Okay, so where's I going? Oh, space is fake. Okay, so we're flat, infinity pool, fish swim, circulates the water, right? There's no atmosphere or space because what's over top of us isn't an atmosphere in a space. It's a dome that has been put over top of us by a higher power.
Like Doug's Dimmadome. Home of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
No.
Oh.
Because think about this. We very well, everything that's here on this earth very well could be like a small scale experiment inside of a lab somewhere Like we think we're big because we're big in reference to the things that are around us. But the whole thing could be shrunk down and have a dome over top of it. And we could just be like floating in a bowl that we call the ocean. And then they put the dome over top of us. And then the government projects the night sky and the sun and just all these.
So in essence, we could be like a giant snow globe.
Yeah, kind of.
But obviously, we have to cut it in half because if it was a globe, we'd fall off of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it could be like a snow globe because a snow globe there's not people on the bottom of it. They're just on the flat part with the globe over top.
That's true. And imagine when you shake up a snow globe, all those little snowflakes are just people. But we can't go anywhere because we're in a dome.
Right. And then the government projects all.
Why haven't you brought this to someone else with more?
Because they think I'm crazy.
Man. You need some clout, dude. That's what you need.
So let me get to this. So the government projects the night sky, the sun, and all that stuff to keep us distracted so that we don't realize that we are a small scale experiment on like a bench somewhere. Because they're probably afraid that if we find out that we are just completely insignificant and we're just like an experiment, that we'll just start offing ourselves. And they want to keep our little small scale experiment going because the experiment that we are inside of this lab to this other civilization, they use us as like a test platform of what's going to work in their society.
And what not to do.
Exactly.
Man. That's deep.
I think that's what's going on here.
That's deep, deep.
So what do you think about that?
I don't know how much about the dome thing or the space. The space is real.
Okay, here's another theory. What if space, as we know it, is just like maybe not a dome, but maybe just like the lid that's on our container, and they poked holes in it so we can breathe, and that's what the stars are.
Or like a kid's science experiment.
We very well could be a kid science experiment.
We're not a kid's science.
How do you know?
Oh, man. Been around you too long. Science.
How many brain cells do you think you've lost?
You lost me.
Have you lost all the brain
You
cells?
lost me in brain cells. I haven't had one since I've been here. Man.
So are you gonna? I don't know what I was gonna say. Now you're taking brain cells from me.
Sucking them right out of you through your cap.
I don't have any leaks, so you can't be taking them away from me.
Oh, I can see that.
I don't have any to spare. All right.
That's true. This is very true.
You got anything else? Any more theories?
It's not really like a theory. It's more so facts. Like everyone already knows the Earth's flat. Everyone knows that Bigfoot. This is a recap for you guys if you're just joining. Bigfoot is just a misunderstood, disgruntled dude. That's it. And it's not big. There's not a whole.
Why do you think he's disgruntled?
Because every time that he tries to like show himself, like he just wants to be like, "Hey guys, I'm a little weird. Maybe you want to like figure out what's wrong with me. I got something. I got some kind of weird condition that you already know you already have the cure for, but you're not going to give me anyway. You just want me to pay for some. I can pay you in rocks because he's a caveman. He can pay you in services and like I'll build you.
What if you got Bigfoot hooked on like Red Bull and he shows up to a gas station? He's like, oh. And he just starts throwing rocks down.
Oh my gosh! What is it Jack Lynx? The damn Sasquatch?
Yes.
They're making fun of him. Why would he want to show up? It's like, oh, hey, Sasquatch or Bigfoot, whatever you call yourself. Here's a bag of beef jerky. It's like, that's not me.
That is true. We have made so much fun of him that he's like, he probably thinks of himself as just a disgrace to humanity.
Exactly. Just because he's hairy and huge.
We need to do better as a society.
You know what's probably huge on him too? His heart. But no one would ever know.
Because nobody gives him the attention
they
he
make him
deserves.
feel this big. Society. You guys are hateful.
You think Sasquatch eats beef jerky?
No, he's a vegetarian.
No way.
He has to be.
What?
Because why would he kill other, like, why would he hunt other animals when he's just trying to show himself as a good person?
But he knows he's not a good person.
No, he knows he's a good person, just no one else does.
Maybe he was a bad person in a former life, and that's why he feels so guilty about himself.
He does not feel guilty, he just feels not wanted.
You don't know how he feels.
I do.
Also, you talk to him.
I can't tell you that.
If you've had communications,
Classified.
If you've had communications with him, you're bringing him to this podcast.
It's stuck in here. It's classified.
Oh wait, your
Chewbacca?
Your cap worked both ways.
He gets really mad when people reference, is that Star Wars? Chewbacca?
Really?
What?
You're gonna disgrace Star Wars like that?
I've never seen
You're
it.
gonna bring up Chewbacca, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, it's a Star Wars?
Chewbacca,
That
right?
could be Star Trek, or maybe it was SpongeBob SquarePants."
I don't think it was Star Trek. Star Trek's to do with a weird nose and ears and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All that space
Yeah,
stuff that all that space stuff that you don't believe in. Anyway.
That's a movie. That's a perfect example. It's a movie.
But anyway, so Chewbacca, he gets mad because they're kind of like putting similarities between him and Chewbacca. Like big hairy dude makes that freaky noise. He gets mad because that's his laugh.
More like his battle cry.
No, that's Bigfoot's laugh, but they're making fun of him.
Oh.
So he gets.
They're trying to get into it.
Yeah,
I get
it's like
what
a
you're
parody
saying.
of his life. It's not cool.
They made what, an 8 series? An 8? Wow, the brain cells are really gone. They made 8 movies parodying his life.
Yeah, that's not fair. Nobody wants that.
I think if somebody made 8 movies making fun of my life, I'd be pretty upset too.
Yeah.
Except for I would expose them. I wouldn't hide off in the woods and be a caveman.
He knows that if he comes out,
And I would be beating down Jack Link's front door for my royalties from all the promotion.
yeah, I'd be like, yo, I want my money, not in rocks.
Be like, listen, do you know how I'm living out here? I have trees and rocks and sticks, and I can't even be seen.
I eat grass, dude. I
I eat
want
dandelions for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I eat poison ivy. Okay. Because you know what? It doesn't even bother me because
And I ate the poison ivy for you, so you wouldn't get
nothing
it.
touches my skin because there's so much hair.
How long do you think it takes him to comb himself?
He can't comb himself
Why not?
because I'm comb. It's a freaking caveman.
You don't think you think that he's such a degenerate that he doesn't have a comb?
He is so old and so disgruntled. He doesn't care if his fur is combed.
So you're telling me that he has not taken like a fish bone and just peeled the meat off of it and then uses the fish bone like a comb and just combs himself?
If you had hair head to toe everywhere, if you comb your hair, what are you gonna be? Still ugly and scary as hell. Just because you comb your body hair does not make you not hairy.
What if they braided it?
Like dreads? Yeah. They have dreads all over his body. He'd be walking around whooping himself.
Who do you think gives him a haircut?
Nobody.
So why isn't the hair just dragging the ground?
Because when he just rubs around, like just being active, rubbing, like moving around.
You think he's active?
Yeah.
He's kind of chubby.
Yeah. He's like a berry hibernates sometimes. Yeah.
He might hibernate.
No, he does. Trust me, he does. I know he does.
I don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm losing my brain cells.
Well,
You ready to wrap this thing up?
yeah, man.
I'm taking off my special hat. Oh, feel how hot that is on your head.
I'm sweating.
Feels like you just put like an air conditioner on your head.
Mine kind of looked like a unicorn hat. Man, mine was super symmetrical.
That was good.
Yeah.
The government definitely did not get into that one.
Man, that's minty.
Minty. All right, you got anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
Like we said in the beginning, if you have a chance, if you find some extra time, go ahead and hit up all my social medias. I don't know what you do, like a link or something.
Yeah, I'll put links in the description to your Mixer, YouTube, Instagram.
There's not going to be a link or anything like that, but also on top of that, there is one of my buddies. Me and him are going to try and be progressive together. So if you check out Swift.47, that's one of my friends. Check him out on Instagram as well. He's going to put my stuff in his description and stuff, and then I will also put his stuff into mine. So from there we'll link up. So show your boy some love, and then show my boy some love. And
pass the love around. Go watch the Mixer stream. Donate hundreds of millions of dollars.
Nah, don't donate any money. I'm not worth it. Not yet. Not yet.
If you got a couple extra 100,000, donate it.
Yeah. I mean, if someone drops the G on me, I mean, I'm not gonna be upset, but I'm not telling you to donate by any means. It's just the kindness of your heart. But yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Yep. I'm glad I could take all your brain cells, and I think you stole some from me. I genuinely feel dumber.
No, I just think that's just everyday life.
You think I just get dumber every day?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great possibility.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We're out.